Good morning. Welcome to morning practice. My name is Olivia. It's May 1st today, Tuesday, Wednesday, May 1st, and it's very great to be at the beginning of a new month. I offer a morning practice that includes some meditation, some breath work, some movement, and it runs Monday through Thursday from 7 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But when we get to Tuesday, May 7th, that will actually be the last practice I offer, and we'll keep the videos up on YouTube for a while to have as tools to help people develop their own morning practices. And I may bring morning practice back if I feel inspired to after May 7th, but watch the website for announcements. It will be on the website, and I will keep communication open there. Yesterday we had an intense practice. It was really quite literally earthquaking, though not because of an actual earthquake. There was a whole crew of demolition in front of the building where I'm filming, and that construction is supposed to be continuing today, but from the looks of it right now, they don't have all the hammers and drills out that they did yesterday, so that's good. And as I found out, the sound quality yesterday was not even the microphone was not picking any of the drilling and massive construction noise up. So it was actually a really great opportunity to practice for me while the earth was literally shaking and lots of noise and lots of distraction. But I was able to get us through that practice. And I don't think we're going to have any disruption today, but you never know because life is unpredictable. And so we're ready for anything here at morning practice. Yeah, and so next week we're moving towards the new moon. Our last new moon was the solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th of April, which was a very transformative new moon, lots of new energy for transformation around healing and around our sense of self in aspect to like the new paradigms and new models that we're trying to build and really stepping into our power. And that was, further followed up by that Uranus Jupiter conjunction on the 20th. And now we're really bringing into being these energies, especially as we move into May. Whatever started to come up at that time, really, you're going to start to see in the physical form. Because oftentimes these energies will come in. I mean, yesterday's construction was almost a literal, a literal like embodiment of the energies, literally tearing up the earth to replace the foundational system of the sewer that needs repair, and we're as a culture, as a planet, a lot of our foundational systems are in need of repair in a serious way, especially the systems that are unfair and oppress. And so we may see a lot of demolition in the rest of the year of these systems and in the coming times. And may it come into being. It cannot come into being soon enough. As we say here, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, free, and liberated. And that day cannot come soon enough. And so we welcome the shattering of illusions. We welcome the shattering of the earth. We welcome the shattering of the systems that no longer serve the people. We're also thinking a lot about Hanuman as a symbol as we go into May at this time, because It was his birthday last week, and he is the deity who was a demigod. And because he was punished for being an exuberant child, he forgot his superpowers. And I really feel like this is a really amazing analogy for what we're all experiencing at this moment, both personally and collectively. We have incredible ability, we have incredible hearts, we have incredible power and agency, and we have a lot of gifts that we are not tapping into. And it's is it a question that we've forgotten them? Is it a question that we unconsciously suppress things in ourselves that culture and society have told us aren't acceptable? Or, you know, you grew up in a culture with a family that said, oh, you're too sensitive or you're too intense. And, um, and really actually embracing who we are as our natural innate gifts can guide us to the most fulfilling life path ahead, as well as create a better world for all of us when we all really tap into what we're really here to do instead of being oppressed by a financial enslavement system. Imagine what you could do if, you really were at liberty to choose anything and resources weren't an issue and it wasn't a question of putting bread on the table or a roof over your head because those things weren't just taken care of. What would you do with your time and your energy and your creativity? And that might be as simple as being with your loved ones and really relishing that. And wouldn't that grow and deepen those relationships? So I do think as we move into the rest of the year and further into these times, we will see more shifting towards systems that allow people to really explore, develop, and express the full potential of what we have to offer. And so, how do we even begin to have a relationship with that? We go inside. We have a daily practice where we check in an internal way. And that's what morning practice is. So, even if you're watching this after the fact and I'm not offering it live anymore, it's not about me. It's about here are some tools, here is an access point for you to just take, all right, not even an hour, watch the first 10 minutes or watch, the meditation, or don't watch it at all and take your own power, take your own agency, and develop a practice on a daily basis where you have a connection to your internal space, where you allow the external and the extraneous to fall away and to turn the volume of the mind down and to really feel into your body and into your heart space. And you can cultivate on top of that meditative practice, a practice of breath work, which again will really breathe you into your body, connect you to your nervous system. And then you keep cultivating this awareness of the body. You can go through simple movements, whether that's yoga or whether it's riding a bicycle or swimming. You can take note on a daily basis. How is this feeling today? How is this feeling different than it did yesterday or last week? And begin to have this conversation of awareness with yourself. That's what we're doing here. And that's why I don't really believe that I need to keep offering this in a public way, because it's not really about me. And I feel that energy about it's not my practice. I'm offering this for you to develop your own practice. And it's time for my practice on a personal level to evolve in a personal way, in a greater relationship to myself. So let's drop in today to our meditation. Just really excuse me, setting intention around really going forward with the desire to cultivate an ever greater awareness of our internal space in order to express our truth, express our authenticity and cultivate a greater depth of self-love so that we become friends with ourselves, so that we nurture and nourish ourselves, and that our internal environment then becomes more peaceful, compassionate, more at ease, and then how we navigate through the world, what we project out, all of the external experiences that we make somehow someone else's fault, or we project the war inside of us onto everything around us, and everything else is to blame. But the more you cultivate this internal space of quiet and a loving relationship with yourself, you can begin to have a truly loving relationship with your external world, the people in it, the people that you love, the people that you don't know but interact with. It's all about that change we want to see in the world where all people are happy and free begins inside a conscious choice in each of us to be happy and free inside of ourselves. So let's all find a nice tall seat, letting the spine rise to the ceiling as if it was a long, long extended stem of a flower, reaching to the sky, reaching to the sunlight, and find a sense of presence and an awareness around your seat. Do you need to make adjustments? Are you actually sitting comfortably? Is your seat supported? Do you find a sense of support where you are? Do you need to just recross your legs because perhaps you've been sitting in one position for too long? Just finding the place of comfort for you. I'm going to actually move one of my other blocks here to support my legs so that we are all set. Taking a sigh out, and again, reaching the spine long, letting the shoulders drop. Chin can point down towards the chest. Feeling the length of the back of the neck. Feeling the sense of presence in your seat. All the points of contact between you and the ground. Gravity holding you. And let your awareness just be on the internal space. If you've noticed the thoughts of the mind, the noise and the things that you need to do today, what's going on, what you thought about, just allow yourself to see all of the thoughts, all of the things as a drama playing out on a stage before you. And the volume is just being turned down, the curtains are closing, and you find awareness of your own physical being in your body, and your attention and focus are on your internal space. I realized that I still had the music playing. But so keeping your internal space present, breathing in, feeling the breath move through the heart center, feeling the breath Filling the chest cavity on the inhale and the exhale. And you may find a point of contact, a place of reverence to hold your hands as you hold the heart space. You can have your hands in prayer in Anjali Mudra, or holding the heart space one palm over the other, or just allowing the hands to be dropped in your lap or on your legs, resting. And allowing yourself to just feel the heart space, feel the magnificent, energetic center that is your heart, your heart. Your art and heart are interchangeable. Feeling the quiet. And if the microphone is picking up the drilling and construction noise, I apologize, but I believe it probably is not, because it didn't yesterday and it was louder than this yesterday. So breathing, 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 feeling the heart, letting the focus center in the heart. No matter what is happening in the external space, we can drop in. We can cultivate a greater depth of awareness and presence coming into our internal space and our heart space, and not be pulled away by external distraction, disruption. Notice how your heart space is feeling as you inhale and exhale, and feel the movement of the breath through the heart space. And just let your focus settle and feel the light at the center of your being. Let that light just begin to grow, emanating through the internal space. Your heart light growing through the auric field, spilling beyond the perimeter of the space you're in, reaching out. And as our heart lights meet and connect and contact with each other, we magnify, we illuminate. There is a person, a situation in the world, a place that you would like to offer your love, your heart light, the benefit of your focused awareness, intention towards this morning, and call that into being. And just imagine the person, the place, the situation in front of you, and your heart, the light from your heart is emanating from your being and surrounding that person in a field of protection or nourishment or assistance, whatever it is that they need. Love, just loving support. The power of your heart is a palpable, tangible, energetic, electric force. And when you offer your focused heart light in a direction, it makes a difference in the energetic field of the planet. You have great power in your heart. And we cultivate that power now. So we'll sit in silence and just continue to focus that heart light in any direction. And if that direction is self-love and self-compassion, that is a beautiful, beautiful way to focus. Let's deepen the breath, letting the chin drop in more. And then taking a sigh out. We'll take an Om together, inhaling. And slowly opening the eyes. I'm not sure what's happening with this. Oh, I see. My technical ability. It seems that Mercury retrograde for Olivia Brown has just gone on and on and on, and but it's always quite humbling to realize that, you know, we're human and we sometimes just miss the details, and it's always an opportunity to start again, to begin again, to have a clean slate and say, I forgive myself for maybe not doing it as perfectly as I wanted to last time, but I'm going to try my best this time. So let's go over to the mat. Now, I'm pretty sure the microphone isn't picking it up, but there is a lot of construction noise, so I want to get away from the window for now, personally. So having blocks for practice can be helpful. Blankets can go underneath your knees for support, and we'll meet on the mat. And we'll do, maybe we'll do a standing breath work. That sounds fun, right? I think standing breath work sounds fun. I think we'll do breath of joy. So that you can just put your blocks nearby the mat. I always feel like I'm hobbling over here when I look at the video later, but it's because my hip joints are a little stiff after sitting. So with that in mind, let's just take some hip rolls to the left, some hip rolls to the right. And we'll do the series of breath of joy and just really trying to bring some movement into the body with the breath. So it's a 3-part inhale and a 1-part exhale. And we inhale, 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 and then exhale, and you swoop the body down and really allow your voice and your throat to express that exhale. Excuse me. So I'll begin again. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Ha. And you're inhaling through the nose. So allow yourself to take loud sniffs. Sniff, 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 release. Take 3 more.
And then as you're swinging over, let your arms just dangle a little bit, and then allow yourself to come into a forward fold here, just bending the knees, letting the torso rest on the thighs. Just relaxing here for a moment as you let the torso rest. And then we'll reach the crown of our head forward, feeling the length on the back of the legs, feeling the length on the back of the neck. And then as you fold forward, we're just going to bring our knees underneath us. And let's sit in Virasana again. So Virasana, I put a block, I sit on a block. This might be uncomfortable for your knees, especially if you have any knee issues. If this is not comfortable for your knees, please take cross-legged. Virasana is hero's pose. It's also connected to Hanuman. And he took it as sort of a pose of devotion. And Hanuman had a great friendship with Ram, king, and was devoted to him, and his service was not so much to Ram, was not so much service but love. And it was through his love of Ram and his absolute belief and unconditional love that he was able to remember his magical gifts that he had forgotten as the punishment for being just a beautiful, exuberant, innocent child. And perhaps it is love, and when we feel unconditional love, that we, wherever that journey takes us, and it often is a hero's journey, and it often isn't the easiest journey in the world, but that the journey of unconditional love really ultimately ends up revealing to us our greatest strengths and our greatest gifts, because they come from a place of purity and our own innate power. So we'll reach the arms up overhead, reaching here, and then bringing our hands to prayer, and our prayer will come to the heart, and just offer gratitude for this physical vessel, this body, this life that we can inhabit and express our love, express our physical selves, our sensory intelligence. We are instruments of consciousness of the most extraordinary nature, in body, in being, and the deeper we have a relationship with those bodies, the more we have a sense of our own unique power, our own unique gifts. It is an honor and a privilege and a gift to be in this incredible body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when inhale, arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and we offer unconditional love and gratitude for all beings everywhere. And once I just want to say, they have no idea I'm doing this, of course, but I especially would like to dedicate my gratitude to the demolition crew outside who are working so hard to do the necessary work. And, you know, it disrupts traffic, it disrupts the daily business of the busy street I'm on. But what they're doing is essential and necessary. And often there are so many people in our lives that do the thankless tasks of the work of restructuring the old system, and we don't know them, we don't meet them. So let's offer gratitude and love for all of those people. And in addition, let us offer the gratitude and love for the people that we have nurtured and nourished unconditional love for, who have been our greatest teachers, when love has brought us to our knees, and yet we have loved still. We did not turn away from loving. And that love gave us a great, great journey of deep inner spiritual work. Thank our teachers, our lovers, our friends who opened those doors for us. Wish them such joy. And then we'll inhale, our arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and then really offering love and gratitude for this planet, this earth, this incredible place, which again is such an honor, a privilege, a blessing to inhabit. How have we become so unconscious that we cannot be thrilled with every moment of being here? It's extraordinary. The expression of nature is one of the most infinite and varied, beautiful things to witness in all her forms. And in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment, it is spring, and I invite you to notice the flowers that are blooming around you, to notice their fragility, their color, their luminosity. The spring flowers of this moment are divine, divine. So simple, so pure. We thank the earth for all her gifts, for endless nourishment, endless support. And then we'll let our hands come into our laps, and we'll just put our left hand down, reach the right arm up and over. Let's take a little side bend here. Feeling the length of the right side body. Maybe reaching the arm just another inch if you can. And then we'll come down and let's reach the other side. Just if this is your first stretch this morning, you may feel just the spaces along the side of your ribs begin to open. If there were gills there, and you could breathe in through your side body, rib gills. I think gills still form on human embryos, but they don't stay. Raising the heart to the center, maybe we can even press our hands into our feet, pushing our hands into our feet, and lifting the heart center up, allowing the head to drop back, and then keeping the hands where they are on the feet, just allowing yourself to fold forward over your knees, letting the head come to the earth. If the head doesn't come to the earth, feel free to put a block under the head. And if your tailbone and seat lift up from your seat, just allow that to happen, or just having a bow forward in devotion towards ourselves, towards each other, towards the planet. And then we'll roll back up. Take the block out from underneath us, and we'll come to our backs. So you're gonna lie on your back. And as you get to your back, you're gonna bring your knees in and just take the knees rolling to the right. And then we'll take the knees rolling to the left. And just allow yourself to experience how good that feels on the sort of wheel around the sacrum on the lower back. If you take it in the other direction again, and the other direction again, and then placing the feet on the ground, we just lift the hips into a very small bridge. You just don't even, we're just taking it up, lifting the hips gently and rolling them down. And then lift the hips gently again, and then rolling it down. And then lift the hips gently again, and rolling it down. You can extend the left leg in, hug the right knee into the chest. You can even bring it towards the armpit, just exploring the sensation in the hip socket. Then just realign it as straight above you. And then we're going to take our hands behind the thigh as we extend the leg up, allowing the heel to press up and allowing the toe to point and flex. And you may take an ankle roll, and you may let the whole leg roll from the bowl of the pelvis. So you can take an ankle roll at the same time as you're letting your whole leg roll, and take that the other way. And then rolling again, and the other way. And then you may want to just bend into the knee and then stretch the leg to a point, and then bending into the knee and stretching the leg to a point, bending the knee and stretching the leg to a point. Now, either placing the hands on the calf, or if you want to take the toe, you're going to lift that leg to its full extension and then just let the leg come out to the side, letting it fall where it will. Feeling the length on the leg. And it's a really great practice to take your left hand and place it on the top of your left thigh, and really activating into that left leg as your right leg is stretching diagonally up and away, as if you were standing into the left leg while your right leg is extended. And if you could press that thigh down. And then we'll bring our right leg back up and over. And then we're going to just stretch the IT band. So let the calf rest on the right calf left, rest in the left hand. And you're bringing it diagonally across the body, keeping it straight, keeping a lot of pressing to the right heel. And you're still pressing into your left leg and left heel as you really feel the stretch here, bringing the right leg across the body in an active IT band stretch. And if you want, after stretching the IT band, you can let that right leg just roll down to the earth, maybe taking the left hand to the calf, and then turning the gaze to the right, feeling the extension of spine as you gaze out over the right arm. What do you feel in your body here? Do you feel parts of the lower back being stretched? How much are you engaging in each leg? Allow yourself to just explore that. And then bending into that right knee, we'll just bring it back to center. Hug it in, bring your knee to the nose, and then let the right leg extend. We'll bring the left leg in, really pressing into that right leg as you bring your left knee in, and then just explore the hip socket here. And then with the hands behind the thigh, extending the left leg, bringing the toe to a point, and then you can take some ankle rolls and letting the leg roll around in the hip socket at the same time. And you might take that the other way. And each way again. And each way again. And we'll bend into the leg, stretch and point, bending into the leg, stretch and point, bending into the leg, stretch and point. You can hold on to that calf, bringing the leg a little bit straighter, a little bit further, really just trying to get a nice stretch in the legs here this morning. And then if you want, either taking the side of the foot, the toe, or holding onto the calf, or even the thigh, bringing the leg out to the left. So you really press into that right leg. Your right hand can come to the top of your right thigh as you are holding your left leg out and really activating that right leg as if you were standing on it and pressing into the earth as your left leg extends out. As you're ready, you're going to bring that leg up towards the ceiling and over on a diagonal. And again, really don't go all the way right away. Allow yourself to bring that left leg across the body diagonally and really just kick into the heel. Keep activating in the right leg as you bring the left leg over, and really allow yourself to feel the IT stretch here along the side of the left leg. Really putting a lot of energy into both legs, waking up the legs in a reclined position this morning. And then when you're ready, if you want to bring the left leg all the way over and extend the right arm, you don't have to have as much engagement with the legs here. You can just explore the sensations for yourself, find what works for you. So today's practice is obviously going to be a little bit different because we're, closing out on time. And that is the beauty of what I'm trying to bring to morning practice as a model, as a possible operational example for what you might want to do. There are some mornings you're going to have time in your practice and construct the daily practice around a more systematic and sequence of movements. You can explore more. And sometimes, you just want to stretch the legs, meditate, do some breath work, and just check in with yourself. And that might even be journaling a little bit. So allow yourself, as you develop your own morning practice or daily practice, whatever that might look like for you, let it be true, let it be authentic, let it be the thing that you need it to be, rather than the thing it's supposed to look like. So we'll take some rolls to the left. You can just let your arms flow here, extending as you roll through your hips. And then we'll take that to the right. Really letting yourself explore the sensation along the hamstrings to the back of the hips. And then reaching the arms out, activating the feet. We'll reach up and over to the right. The left side body extending, again, feeling those side ribs, your side gills, as if your fingertips could just brush that seam between the ceiling and the wall. Reaching a little bit further and coming up to a straight, and then we'll just go to the left. And allowing yourself to really experience the stretch on the left side, fingertips between the wall and the ceiling, just brushing that seam. Pressing into the hips as you reach up to the sky. And we'll come back to straight. We'll take a forward fold here. Coming forward, it can feel good to have blocks or support. A bolster can often feel really good placed right here. So you can just let your body drape on the bolster, or you can have rolled up blankets, cushions. But allowing yourself to really find a position where you feel totally supported so that you can let the weight of your body just drop into the earth beneath you. And feeling how this stretch impacts the hips and the lower back and the back of the legs that we've just stretched. Noticing how your heart space is feeling, maybe calling into mind your dedication, your offering. Where is the seat of unconditional love in your life? What have you learned from unconditional love in your life? What is etched in your heart? The love we cannot turn away from, the love that we cannot deny. Feeling the length along the back of the neck, pressing into the hips. And imagine there is a beautiful vortex of pure, crystal clear water pouring from your third eye deep into the earth. And any noise, any unuseful, unhelpful thoughts, judgments, projections, anxieties, distresses, they're just being carried out of the mind by this beautiful clear water. And the lovely vortex deep into the earth below you, nourishing the earth, watering the earth, emptying your mind, even if the ground underneath you is shaking. Allow yourself to be quiet here. Allow yourself to just release. Allow this practice to be your own. And if that just means slowing down a little bit for an hour, let it be what it is. Let it be what it needs to be. You'll press up when you're ready, when you feel like it's time to press up. Again, cupping the knees and the hands. I'm going to do what we call a double pigeon. So I'm going to have my left shin parallel, and I'm going to bring the right shin up over top. And it could be that your knee doesn't meet your foot, so you can put a block there, and then everything is supported, and your tail, both sit bones are nice and grounded on the floor. And then you might reach your chest to the center and just fold over your legs. And this is, again, giving you a nice hip stretch. I'm actually going to take this out. And you can just let the weight of your body and gravity bring this beautiful stretch to your hips.
Make your practice your own. Make the practice support and work for you. How does your practice support your internal space? Breathing deep into this hip stretch. So much of our trauma, so much of our anger, so much of our emotions are held in the musculature, neurons of the body. When we begin to pay attention to movement in the body, we can begin to release a lot of these stored emotions and energetic feelings that get trapped there. So we'll bring the right shin underneath. I just realized I've been not using, so it probably looks like the left shin this time. And again, I'm going to start with the block because that feels more supported, so I can get my hips in the right alignment. And then just reaching the chest up, and then beginning to bring yourself forward on the side. Feeling how the stretch impacts the hips, the thighs. The hips and the thighs are where we store a lot of anger, a lot of trauma. And the more we work with that, the more we work with that release, we understand that oftentimes we can internalize ourselves, we can internalize a sense of responsibility for the trauma that we've received, when in fact, you are not to blame for the trauma. You are not to blame for the wounding. The trauma happened to you as an innocent, experiencing circumstantially something that you did not create that hurt you. It is not your responsibility. So we begin to love ourselves and develop a deeper relationship of love with ourselves. We can be more compassionate to ourselves about the trauma that we have received and perhaps internalized. It will come to our resting posture on the back, bringing the knees round, and again, coming to the back. You may want to just bring the knees in and take a couple circles again, because that hip stretch can feel quite intense. And then extending one leg out, extending the other leg out. And just before we fully drop in, just allowing yourself to take a full body stretch here. Reaching into the toes and heels, reaching through the hands, reaching into the shoulders. Especially after that double pigeon, it can feel good to stretch the front of our hips. So let's do that again. Another full long body stretch. And then releasing everything. We'll just come to a rest on our backs, letting the weight of the body be received by the mat, by the ground. Breathing deeply and releasing. Release any and all active engagement. Release any and all active thought. Just let the breath go. Let the body melt onto the mat. Deepening the breath. Beginning to feel an awareness of movement, not yet moving the body, but just anticipating. Does the body feel relaxed, released into the floor? You might bring some very slight movement to the fingertips and toes, very slight movement to the neck. Just begin to experience yourself and notice the sensations as you experience yourself. Take pleasure in that early, quiet beginning of movement. Noticing what it is to be in your body. Noticing what it is to be in your body as your body begins to move. And as we begin to organize our energy as if we were going to roll to one side, contemplate and begin the process. Just coming to a fetal position on one side and resting. Feeling the weight, feeling the breath. And slowly making your way up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed or very softly focused. And you may bring your hands to a position of reverence or keep them in your lap. Just keeping the tip of the chin pointing towards the chest. The length of the spine is long. Noticing the quality of what it is to be in your body in this moment. Noticing the quality of your heart space in this moment. Feeling the breath moving through you. And we'll take an Om to close our practice together and just really inviting you to imbue your Om with the quality and dedication of the offering you made at the beginning of this class. And may it be for you also, for yourself as much as what you are offering to others. So we'll inhale. Staying present with the sensation being in your heart today, now, and as you move forward. May this practice benefit you in cultivating a deeper relationship with yourself. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking part today. May you all have a beautiful day and just relish and appreciate your beautiful and unique gifts. Thank you, everybody. I hope the construction, I'm pretty sure you can't hear it, but it's, it's crazy. Anyway, thank you for joining me.